7, 8 years ago, I was extremely socially anxious, very depressed, and felt this like innate feeling that I was never going to fulfill my potential, which just ate away at me. I know that these 6 things are things that have heavily contributed to my personal growth as a woman and will continue to contribute to my growth. Investment in your own personal and spiritual growth is an investment that will reap its own rewards tenfold. It creates opportunities for connections, more personal opportunities, and an even greater appreciation for life. There are 3 things that I've learned from my personal/spiritual development journey that have really stuck out to me. To me, living with an abundant mindset means knowing in your heart of hearts, and I mean truly knowing as much as you know that the sun is going to rise the next day, that life is going to work out exactly how it's supposed to, and it's all in your favor. I trust when situations don't seem to work out for me because I know that God's divine timing trumps any timing that I think that I have for myself. This is so important to living a happy life. Think about how blissful children are when they know that they have parents who take care of them. They don't have a care in the world. That is how I try to operate as someone who fully believes in God's divine plan for my life. I know deep down that I'm going to be taken care of. These meditations are designed to practice unconditional love without any expectations. I use a guided meditation off of either Spotify or YouTube, and what you'll be directed to do is to first bring love to yourself, and then bring love to someone who you love. Then you'll bring love to someone that you feel neutral about. Maybe it's someone who you see at the gym all the time, or the clerk at your local grocery store. Then you'll bring love to someone that you have conflict with, or someone that you don't like very much. When I personally can't really think of someone that I feel hostility towards, this might seem really weird, but I kind of direct my love towards a collective group of people that I tend to feel very irritated towards, such as slow walkers or really bad drivers, and there's a lot of both of those in Miami. I personally like practicing these loving kindness meditations when I'm in the sauna. It's just typically 20 to 30 minutes of just me in full meditative mode. I've talked about extreme ownership in 2 previous videos, and this concept has really truly transformed my life and a lot of the relationships in my life as well. The idea is that I take full responsibility for every aspect of my life, from not having socks when I need to go to the gym to where I am currently at in my life. This doesn't mean that I'm responsible for other people's emotions or reactions. It means that I'm responsible to my own response and my own decisions. Taking extreme ownership eliminates the possibility for blame because you take responsibility for everything. So the situations that I choose to expose myself to are my own personal decisions, and sometimes that means removing myself from relationships that I can see are not healthy. Every person that I talk to who has ever traveled solo agrees that you undergo a significant transformation. You get to experience these new experiences without relying on someone familiar to help you feel more comfortable. Yes, it can be extremely uncomfortable sometimes, but your idea of the world and humanity expands, and you absolutely cannot come home the same person as the person that you left as. It's one of those things that when you think about it can seem super daunting and incredibly scary, but when you finally do it and you get to the place that you are ending up at, you're like, wait, this isn't half as scary as I thought. And you feel so much more confident because you're able to handle situations that at first you thought were really scary, and then it turns out they're actually not as bad as you thought. I feel so happy when I look back at the times when I traveled alone. I had the opportunity to experience different cultures, meet new people, and adopt my own rituals that I was inspired by from other people in other countries. I cannot recommend traveling solo enough. When I think about the woman that I want to be, she is light, she is graceful, and she is tender-hearted. Unforgiveness holds no place in the qualities that the favorite version of myself includes. As I learn to forgive and hold no resentment toward the people who have wronged me, I feel so much lighter. Resentment is like a poison that slowly corrupts. It does no good for you or the person that you feel it towards. Like Nelson Mandela said, forgiveness liberates the soul. It removes fear. That is why it is such a powerful weapon. Forgiveness is not always easy to give. I totally get that. But for me, I realized that I was doing myself an injustice by creating a condition that I would only love people who treated me well. Forgiveness does not mean reconciliation or even redemption. It means that I take control of how I feel. I do not let someone else or how meanly they treated me affect how I feel about myself or my own emotions. When I say my friends, I specifically mean the people that I'm in community with. This is something that I've kind of always practiced, but even more so in the last 5 years. I naturally gravitate towards wanting to spend time alone, so spending a lot of time with someone else means that I am very aware of the effect that they have on me emotionally and energetically. I do my best to practice discernment when meeting new people, as I'm sure we all do. There is power in being selective with the people that you are in community with. You may not be able to choose the people that you spend the majority of your time with, like your coworkers, but you can choose the people that you rendezvous with, the people that you share your struggles, your concerns, your successes with. It may not be immediately obvious, but when you look back, it's going to become very obvious that the people that you spent the majority of your time with in community with had a massive effect on you. The subjects of our conversations, the habits that we pick up, the thoughts that we think, these all play a big part in our destiny and are largely influenced by the people that we're surrounded by. Creating boundaries is something that is very relatively new to me, and I found that the easiest way for me to comfortably enforce boundaries is to remind myself of the quality of life that I want for myself. I live in my own little world. Therefore, I can't control the world around me, but I can control my world, which means that I'm in control of who's in my world and what situations I allow to occur and reoccur. I create boundaries based off of my standards. So the boundaries that I enforce are not aimed to change the other person. I'm not hanging out with you because you do X. I'm not hanging out with you because afterwards I feel this way and I am choosing not to feel like that anymore. It's not to change their behavior, it's to create safety and integrity for ourselves. This is my standard, I won't deviate from it. How many times have you found a creator that you love, but before long, they're lost amongst all the hundreds of other people that you follow? As you know, our feeds are based off of an algorithm of our interests. So if you like a bunch of cooking videos, then it's very probable that you're gonna see a lot more cooking videos. And it's quite possible that you could come across 50 or more cooking creators in the course of an hour. So when there's a new subject that I'm interested in, I'll follow a bunch of people whose one piece of content that I really resonate with, and then as it shows up more on my feed, I kind of begin to filter out the people that I follow. So I'll unfollow people and continue following the people that I really resonate with. Eventually it gets to the point where I'm only following 1 to 3 creators in that specific niche. I love practicing intentionality, and being very narrow with the people that I follow helps me feel less overwhelmed, and it helps me remember the information that I'm consuming. That is it for this video. Please let me know what you're taking out from this video. I'd love to know what you've learned or what you've kind of already had an idea of and had more thoughts about. Again, thank you so much for supporting my channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.